Hi everybody, Chris here from Truly Holistic. In this video, I'm going to talk about the color therapy kit. Now, color therapy is what I began on my journey as an energy healer. So this is something that I've been wanting to put together for a very long time, right? To kind of teach people how to use color therapy in regards to healing. And this is something that I originally practiced a lot, and obviously I evolved into on a different path with different things. I got into sacred geometry, got into tensor technology, and all these other things that I guess you could see as tools I was able to put onto my tool belt as an energy healer. And color therapy is very close to my heart because not only it was the first thing that I did as an energy healer, but the reason why that was that first thing was because I had a family history in regards to color therapy and what people used to kind of coin as the color doctor. It was a very common modality back in the day, and it's kind of, and why I really want to promote it more is that it's kind of dying out because of let's just say, people are not taking something that was very effective and continuing that legacy. And for me, this is not continuing just the legacy of color therapy, but also a legacy that was built within my family. My grandmother was a color therapist, my nana, and I had first-hand experience of as a child, and my mother would take me to my grandmother if I had something going on with me, a health problem, and she would identify a color cotton or a bunch of them, very much like this, okay, and she'd find out what colors are needed to be that remedy to what I was experiencing at the time, whether it was pain or discomfort, whatever that was. And when we're working with color, we're working on the spectrum of colors, right, which is spectrums of frequencies. And we know that at the core, at the origin of everything that exists is energy. Okay, so anybody that's working in energy healing, whether that's through sound, whether that's through color, whether that's through, tensor technology, whether that's whatever that is, it all is based on frequency. Everything's based on frequency. So when I obviously learned how to do this, I was using very much everything that my grandmother bestowed to my mother, okay, because she had the gift of using an intuitive tool, a dowsing tool, to do very much what my grandmother was able to do, and hence that's why she got a lot of the stuff. And for me, at that time, I was a little bit disillusioned with the healing model I was currently in, because for anybody that doesn't know, I was an orthopedic nurse in the medical field for 13 years. And obviously, one of the big reasons why I first got into that, I was a little bit lost at the time of what I was going to do for a career. And I got very disillusioned by that way of healing because I wasn't seeing healing. The way I was taught to be a nurse was very holistic, but ended up into a system or a work environment that wasn't holistic. So all of a sudden, I started to reach out to nutrition and supplementation, those sorts of things, but knew that, I'd need a qualification, a degree in that field. And again, I saw a lot of BS within that field, just like I did in regards to the medical field. And I was kind of at that time thinking I need something that has no BS involved to it. And all of a sudden I looked at and I saw color therapy with the coils and the colors and becoming more intuitive in the way that I wanted to approach it. So a lot of the tools, obviously this is the coil that was developed and made by my grandmother's, my nana's original coil, which was very old at the time and was falling apart. And obviously I've made a few changes over the years in regards to that, where we've changed it from an open coil to a looped closed coil to enhance its effect in helping and healing people. And as you can see all the calls above there, we still use that for a particular reason within Truly Holistic method. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to make a kit so that other people could have this benefit for themselves, to alleviate and remove issues and remedy issues themselves, but at least their family, or perhaps if you're a practitioner, to have this as another tool on your tool belt in regards to how you're going to help people. And first of all, when we looked at the coil, I was thinking, okay, this is a bit big and bulky, and I thought, well, when somebody's gonna want to use this modality, they're gonna require more than one coil. So straight away I thought, okay, how can I make this model even better but more compact? And where we came to is we made this. So it's the copper coil plate. Okay, so they're all resin together, and you got 4 of them. So they're all smaller models, essentially of the same thing. Because when we look at this and we look at, okay, what is the makeup of what actually does the job and heals people? That is the coil, and it's the copper plate. As you can see, both ends of the coil come back and connect to the plate to create this closed loop. And this is where we'd put the color cotton on with the person's name or photo, right? The person that you're going to treat. So straight away we know it's the coil and the plate. So with this new model, right, which is going to be part of this kit, you've got a plate and you've got the coil. Okay, so if I turn around, you actually see that at both ends of a coil, right, are being brazed and welded into the plate, right? So it's a closed loop. So what we've actually also brought through a cubit measure that is called the infinite cubit, that is very heart-centered. So what, with that measurement, right, we're creating a vortex, an AccuVac coil, which a vortex is created, which is all to do with flow, which is associated with the state we call the being state, which is our natural state, which actually allows and promotes healing to happen. When we're in a doing state, we actually put all the odds against us into providing a state where we can actually heal, where the odds are in our favor. So this cubit measure, it's all about that. So it's going to enhance the colors and the job it's going to provide. So that's why we did that. So we've made that enhancement with it. And it's in a very compact form, so you don't just get 1, you get 4, okay? So you're going to get this as part of your color therapy kit. It's pretty cool, pretty awesome device. Now what you're also going to get as part of the color therapy kit, you're also going to get obviously a bunch of cottons, okay? So through my guide, through my soul, through my higher intelligence, we've been able to identify what colors are required to provide a spectrum that is going to enable you with the tools to remedy whatever you're going to experience, okay? A variety of number of things. And so you've got the colors, okay, at your disposal. And again, I could have made this fancy looking device that we make a rack and we put all the colors in it. But again, it's going to cost more for shipping towards you. There's going to be all that issue. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it very simple. We're just going to put it in a bag like this, and you can, whatever you want to do with the colors and the way that you want to do it. Again, we're just providing a basic kit, okay, starter's kit. Now, so you've got the color cottons, you've got the coils and the plates. You're also going to get one of our dowsing rods that we make here at Truly Holistic, which is called the light dowsing rod. Why we call it a light dowsing rod? Because most dowsing rods are just wires or metal that are, in this example, bent in an L shape. So they're quite often called L rods, and they're on a swivel. But what we've done here is we've taken an extra step, because again, just like this color therapy kit, I don't just put things out for the sake of it. I'm not just going to copy what all the dowsing rods are out there. We're going to make something that is unique and new. Okay, something that's expansive, something that's evolving, because what do we provide here at Truly Holistic is the ascension of that client we're working on. So with this tool, every part of this rod, okay, so we've got a bent piece of brass wire, we've got a brass tube, and then we've got crystal powders that are in a resin. Every component of that is cut to a particular measurement we call a cubit measurement, and is also anchoring in energetics. Okay, that connect you to your higher consciousness, get you into the heart, connecting you to your wisdom, that is going to provide you, because these tools, when we use a dowsing rod, divining rod, when we use a pendulum, they are all training wheels, because the magic doesn't exist within them. They are trying to bring forth the magic that is within you, okay, that we all have. So this is really going to greatly enhance that ability. You can use this as very much like an energy wand and direct energy into an area as well. Wonderful device. So you're going to get a dowsing rod as well. You're also going to receive an instruction booklet, which will talk about the history, right? The legacy of what my grandmother started, what I was able to do as well, and how this is going to benefit you, and obviously how you use it. Now, a big aspect of this system is we've kept it as simple as possible. Why? Because simplicity equals healing, okay? As a big part of why we see so many health problems in humans is because the human is overcomplicated everything through the mind, out of thought, guiding, controlling how we perceive everything, our perception of reality and everything else. We've overcomplicated everything. The way back to healing is actually to simplify everything, okay? So even though we've got a couple other systems that Truly has provided, the broadcasting system, the intuitively aligned system, which with those systems are dowsing charts that are included in that system. Within this system, you're not going to get a dowsing chart. And I'll tell you why. What we want to really do, as I say, we want to keep it simple, is you're going to go by what you feel. Because when we look at what a symptom is a sensation that you feel within the body or on the body, okay? And we know that our soul, our greater wisdom, our higher consciousness is part of the heart-feel pathway. So it's going to communicate and express itself through feel. And in fact, even though we perceive our body as a physical body, you've got to understand that what we see is less than 0.003%. It's not even close to 1% of what can be seen. So what we deem as physical is just what we perceive as physical. Our body is really a form of expression. Okay? So it's a form, so this brings into geometry, right? Everything has geometry to it. But it's expressing itself. And the way that this form expresses itself as symptoms are sensations is through feel, which is communicated through the body, like the body is a medium and an interface to provide an awareness to you. That's what a symptom truly is. So when you had that simple, let's just say it was pain in that gallbladder liver area, you know, and that might mean that it might be a gallstone. It might mean there's a duct that's blocked. It might mean a number of things, 10, 20, 30 different things. In this system, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's more the acknowledgement, right, of the awareness, right, because that's what the symptom's providing to you. All right, is that I've got discomfort there, and all you do is you come to this system to find the color or colors that are going to remedy that sensation that is being provided to you as a form of awareness, right? So therefore, the body doesn't need to bring that awareness again, hence that symptom will go away. Okay, so what this is also going to develop and teach is for you to become more instinctual, more intuitive, which is all part of your authentic self, right? Through the heart-feel pathway as a soul, as a consciousness. And it's also going to develop a greater connection and relationship to your own body as part of that process. So there's so many adverse effects, but all positive adverse effects that are going to come with using the system, okay? And what you're going to simply do then is once you identify what color or colors you require, let's just say they ended up being two colors, these two colors here, okay? Again, we're trying to get out of labels, which we call a diagnosis. We're trying to get out of the analytical cerebral stuff, because that's part of the mind thought pathway. That's part of the human overcomplicating things, right? Which gets in the way of your healing, because it's not providing a state of being that is going to allow you to heal to begin with. So we get these two colors, and what you're going to do then is place them on the plate. Okay, whatever way you want to do it. You might want to do it like that, and then you place it along there, and you put another one there. And what we're going to do is, with this system, we're going to give you little pegs that then peg that onto the plate, right? So they won't fall off. Okay, and what you're going to do with those two colors on there, you're going to also write your name or the person's name that you're treating to place it on that plate with the color cottons, or a photo of that person. And that peg is just going to peg them together. And therefore, you're going to leave them there, and then you just leave it alone, you walk away, and you get on with your day. Okay? Then you're going to reevaluate how you feel the next day. Okay? If you're feeling better, it's like, okay, it's great. It's good. And you might want to check upon with your intuitive dowsing ability to find out, hey, are they still the right colors to be treating or remedy what I'm currently feeling? And it might say yes, keep going with those. It might say no, to change to a new color. Okay? Now, part of the instruction book, as I say, of how to use this, as I said, keeping it simple, is also going to be a page or two about building your intuition. So this system's just not about people that already know how to be intuitive, know how to already use a pendulum, already know how to use a dowsing rod. There's also going to be guidance within that system if you're a beginner to all of this, to learn how to become intuitive. You can call upon me, you can email me, contact me at any time if you're having issues with it, and I will usher you through that, right? So this system works for you. Okay, that's the worst thing I'd ever want, is to give you a system, give you a kit like this, and for it just to collect dust because you tried it for a few times and then put it on the bench and it's collecting dust. I want this to work for you. So everything's going to be an assistance in regards for this to work for you. So it's going to show you how to become intuitive and more connected to that. Personally, when I learned how to become intuitive, it took me about 2 or 3 weeks using a dowsing rod to get it to start to find a yes and no answer with a dowsing rod. Okay, and then from there, it just evolved very quickly from there. Okay, because again, like anything, when you're trying to learn how to do something, it's just repetition, right? You just practice at it. It doesn't take a lot of time. I was just doing like 10, 15 minutes a day for that 2 or 3 weeks until I was able to build a communication through it. Okay, and again, I can't stress this enough. The pendulum or the dowsing rod is not the magical tool. This doesn't hold the magic. The magic is within you. Okay, you're more than just the human. Okay, and this starts to connect into what guidance we generally have as a human anyway, right? Thought forms, a hunch, a feeling. These are all intelligence that is guiding you to make a choice and decision every day. Everybody's getting that every day. It's just more about having some insight into what that is, okay, which we've been able to provide here at Truly Holistic. So, very excited about this. We're just doing the finishing touches for this kit at the moment. So you can, if you are interested in this kit, please comment below, and I'll make sure that you're in a list of pre-orders for this kit. So when it is released, which will be very soon, as I say, we're just doing the finishing touches at the moment. We've already got the coil plate all finalized. We've got all the colors finalized. It's more about the instruction manual we're just finishing off at the moment in regards to providing the legacy, the history of this color therapy system, this kit that we're going to be providing to you. So I'm very excited about getting out there for people to continue this legacy, but also for people to just, I'm a big fan, I'm a big advocate for people having the tools in the palm of their hand, that they can do something about it themselves. That's what it's all about. This is where I started from. Not only with color therapy, I learned how to align necks and backs just through intuition and energy. And this was a big personal issue for me. I had neck and back issues, and me reflecting on it now, when I had neck and back issues, was this fear that it was going to lead to a migraine. It was going to lead to pain. And I felt helpless in that situation because I couldn't remedy and fix that myself. So these kits, these tools that I provide here at Truly Holistic is about giving you the tools, the kits, the systems that is going to give you empowerment to heal yourself, heal your family, heal your clients. And this is what it's all about. So we'll finish the video there. If you've got any comments below, please put them below about this kit. If you're interested in buying this kit, please comment and show me that tell me that you're interested. So you'll go into kind of a pre-order of this product, and I'll let you know when it is out. But yeah, until next time, catch you later.